Oh my fucking god, bro. Okay. Hello. I have tried recording this video so many fucking times, and I decided, enough with all the bells and whistles, that it's not about the production and all these. I had so many ideas for it. Like, I wanted to play my own background music on guitar. I wanted to have it all cinematic and kind of tell a story through the videos and all this stuff. And all it did was make it harder for me to get this out. I found myself just procrastinating because it made me so anxious thinking about how much work it was going to be, and I don't know. I just made it more difficult than it needed to be, especially for this first video, you know? It's already hard enough as is for me to sit in front of a camera and talk and just share my thoughts online for anyone and everyone to see. So yeah, that's why I'm here, literally in the rain, just in my car. So this video is about transformation. This theme started at the beginning of 2024. I just got into this relationship with someone, and I went and got this tattoo beginning of January. My tattoo artist likes to give tarot cards after each tattoo, and the one I picked out said transformation brings consolation and adversity, which is basically like gives you comfort at a time of loss, okay? And at the time, my mind instantly went to the guy I was with. Like, I kind of had a feeling something was about to happen there, and I was like, oh no, like, come on, I just got into this relationship, like. So I put the card away, don't think about it, and 2 weeks later, I go on a snowboarding trip with some friends and broke my arm. The day after, I found out my ex might be cheating on me. When I asked him about it, he denied it. My gut was telling me that he was lying, so I broke up with him, and it was then that he admitted that he was cheating the entire time we were seeing each other. He had no intent on ever being exclusive. He just agreed because he couldn't say no to me. So that was fun. And yeah, I don't know. I felt like at the time, all ties I had holding me to Long Beach were just pulled out from under my feet. Like, I wasn't able to work my usual position at the time because I had a broken arm. So I was in a really bad financial situation. My apartment lease became month to month. I just went through this breakup. A bunch of stuff was just happening all at once. I also hurt my other arm, so in the time that this arm was also healing, I just didn't work at all because I couldn't even hold up a pan to cook for myself. I couldn't drive. I couldn't do anything. And so in that time, since I wasn't working, I found myself doom scrolling on YouTube. Who wouldn't, you know? And I came across this guy's video, and it was titled A Day in the Life Living in Hawaii. Basically, he went for a run, and then he swam in the ocean, and like went skating or something. Like, it wasn't anything crazy, but I remember just thinking, like, man, that's the life. Like, imagine living there. And then I stopped myself and I was like, why can't I? Why can't I live there? It's like a spark went off in my head, and I realized, hold up, that's actually a great place for me because I want to do environmental work. But my issue with California was it felt like there wasn't anything to protect. There wasn't anything left to preserve. But Hawaii, there's more environmental work there, and it would actually be fulfilling, which is something I really wanted. So I started looking into it. The more I thought about it, the more I was like, yeah, that's where I want to be. So it was decided. I'm not breathing. I need some water. Hold up. So around this time, there's this day I sent this Snapchat to my friends. I was just so happy because I woke up not bloated for once, and I got a really good pump at the gym. You know, I felt good. So I sent it to my friends. And then afterwards, I was like, you know what? Like, I should just post that on TikTok. So I did. Somehow, even though I only had 500 followers, it's at nearly 500,000 views now, which is insane. It blew up for some reason. And one of my favorite, like, fitness influencers, her name's Ari. She works with Young Galay. she liked and commented on it, and at the time I was obsessed with her of all people to comment on it. I was like, what? Also, I later met her and I told her like, oh yeah, like you commented on one of my videos, and she was like, wait, which one? So I showed it to her and she's like, oh, dude, I remember that. And she's like, I remember thinking to myself, I need to get my shit together. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, you need to get your shit together? I look up to her, so hearing that, I don't know. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. So yes, I posted this video and it did good, and I was like, wait, maybe that is an option for me. Maybe this is something I can do. So then I started imagining what I actually wanted my future to look like. And I realized, you know, I actually don't really want to be working a 9-to-5 the rest of my life. When I imagine my future, this is the image I get, okay? I am my own boss. I'm making good money, and I get to travel the world, and I get to do conservation work wherever. And I think about this one teacher I had who, she did this trip to Costa Rica and she was doing environmental work there. And you know, that's something I want to do. I want to be able to travel the world, and I want to help in ways that many people aren't able to, because I have that freedom of being able to be anywhere in the world, and I can pay for flights, and you know, I want freedom. I don't want to spend more than half of my time sitting at a desk. And Hawaii felt like a place that could help me get started in the content field. Because content field, is that even a thing? Get started in content creation, I don't know. But I didn't admit this to a lot of people because it's kind of embarrassing. I don't know. It just embarrassed me for some reason. You know, going back, when I was in high school, I was 14 at the time. I was a freshman. I actually started a YouTube and I posted a couple videos. I kept it a secret from everyone. The only people who knew about it were my closest friends. But one day, a girl in my class tells me she saw my video. And she didn't even make any comments on it. She didn't make fun of me. She didn't say anything bad. She literally just said that she saw my video. And I got so embarrassed that I deleted it. And I did not post again after that. And it really pains me looking back and seeing, like, that was 11 years ago. If I had kept posting consistently for 11 years, oh my god. Like, I don't even know what my life would be like right now. And so it really upsets me thinking that I let fear get in the way, or I let embarrassment get in the way of me creating a future for myself that I actually want and would enjoy. So yeah, I knew I wanted to move, and then it was more just a matter of actually making it happen. This time period, it really taught me what it means to truly be able to, one, believe in yourself, and two, just trust that things are going to turn out exactly as they're meant to. I was very, very frustrated in the process because it took 1.5 years. That whole time, like, or not the whole time, but the whole beginning period, I was wanting it so bad. I felt like I wanted to escape my life in Long Beach, and I was just pulling too hard for it. I wasn't fully believing in the fact that it was going to happen. It was more, all I could think about was that I wanted to be there. And it wasn't until I eventually reached a point where I kind of calmed down and I was like, okay, it's going to happen whenever the time is right. And I let it go, and I started seeing Long Beach as a place that I should take in, and I should appreciate it and spend as much time as I can with my friends. Just enjoy the place while I can. Soon after that was when I officially landed a job. I am so thankful for the way that everything turned out, because I know it was exactly how it was meant to. Like, I'm in my dream car right now, which is so crazy to me because I wanted this car since I was like, I don't know, 6 or 7 or something. This is a Mustang convertible, by the way. I saw a Mustang convertible parked down the street from where I lived, and I remember thinking, I'm gonna own one of those one day. And that car has stayed in my mind like my entire life since. When I was in Long Beach, I was thinking about getting an older one and making it like a project car that I work on. I ended up test driving a car, and it was a hot mess. Like, the guy who was showing me the car ran into another car. It was it was bad. So I was like, okay, yeah, that's not happening. I'm not doing that anymore. And I just assumed that I couldn't afford a newer Mustang. And this was before I knew about the EcoBoost engines, which is honestly perfect for me because I'm trying to save gas money. I'm not buying this car to race it. I'm buying it because I like the look of it and it's something I wanted my whole life, you know? But the logistics became super complicated because I'd be moving overseas. I had my car in California, which that car was cursed. I swear, there was something off about that car. Literally within a month of getting it, I was rear-ended and it had been hit like 3 or 4 times. Every single time I was either completely stopped or it was parked, and then someone keyed "fuck you" into the hood. I'm not sure who, but I'm pretty sure it's this person I parked really close to when I was running late for work one day. Oopsies. But yeah, there was something off about it. When I was thinking about getting a new Mustang, I was like, well, it was just so complicated. I wanted to give up on it. So one night before going to sleep, hopefully the rain's not getting too loud. Sorry if it is. But yeah, before going to sleep one night, I say out loud, I'm just gonna keep my car. It's not worth stressing over getting a new one. I go to sleep. The next day, someone runs into me again. Within like a week of that, the car starts acting weird. It literally shut down while I was on the freeway, which was terrifying because I had to slam on my brakes and then all of a sudden it just wouldn't drive. It was on and it was running and then it wouldn't drive. So I had to literally turn it off and turn it back on, and then it worked perfectly fine. No more lights. And just a bunch of weird stuff happening with it. So I got it checked out and was told by the car shop that it would be like $1,000 to possibly fix. They didn't even know if they could. It wasn't for me. Every sign I needed to get rid of that car, I got it. And I'm glad I took it because a week before I was supposed to ship that car over here, I forgot to mention this, but when I was a kid, I also decided that I wanted a charcoal gray Mustang because I saw a car that color one time and I really liked it. So anyways, I was looking online and I saw a listing for a driveway for a charcoal gray Mustang convertible. It was in my price range. They offered me more for my old car than any other dealership did by thousands, and I was able to trade in my old car in California the day before my flight out and pick up my new Mustang the day I arrived in Hawaii. Like, tell me that wasn't for me. Tell me it wasn't perfectly for me. I don't know, and just so many things worked out so perfectly with the timing. I originally wanted a place to myself, but I felt like I couldn't afford one that checked all my boxes. So then I was like, you know, I guess it'd be nice to have roommates also so I can make friends. And I ended up finding these girls. We live in a 3-story house. I have the entire first floor to myself, which is my bedroom, a kitchenette, bathroom, and I have the garage. So it's basically like I have my own studio, and then I can go upstairs and hang out with my roommates whenever I like, which is amazing. My 4th day on island, I went out with my roommates, and I remember just having this feeling like I really wanted to go inside. So I'm leading the way, and something tells me to stand this spot. I stand there, and literally not even a minute goes by, and standing right in front of me is the guy who made the video that sparked the idea for all this. First of all, he doesn't even live here anymore. He just happened to be visiting at the time. So the odds of seeing him are also just bizarre. But I ended up going up to him and I got to tell him the whole story and thank him for unknowingly being, you know, like the butterfly that caused all this to happen in my life. And I don't know, it was just a really full circle moment. It made me feel like the confirmation that I'm on the right path. And so going back to wanting to do content creation, I came back to that tarot card that I received from my tattoo artist. That's when I kind of got the idea for my first video. I wanted it to talk about transformation, obviously, and about all of the lessons I learned and the process of me moving here. But then I got here and it was so difficult for me to make this video. I had a hard time adjusting to the 9-to-5 life also. It felt like I didn't have time to make this and felt like I wasn't ready in a bunch of different ways, and there's been so much I had to process and work on and all these different things. Like I said, I was embarrassed to even admit to a lot of my friends that this was something I wanted to do. So actually making it and putting it out there for people to watch just scared me a lot, and it still does. For some reason, the thought of people I went to high school with kept coming to mind, and I think about my coworkers or my friends and just what people would think about this or me. And I don't know, it was scary, okay? Also, I've had weird things happen where, I guess I wouldn't call it weird things, but like little pings where I've gotten things to help me with making videos. The same day I met Bretman Rock, by the way, I got a free GoPro, and then I randomly got an unexpected check in the mail for $9.99 more than the cost of an iPad for editing videos because my laptop wasn't working, and that's one of the issues I ran into when trying to make videos. So yeah, eventually 6 months went by, and here we are. This video, it's not going to be anything crazy. It's not what I had planned or what I wanted to do at all, but I just need to get something out. If I can't even make one video, if I am too ashamed or embarrassed of myself to like put myself out there and do all that, how will I ever get what I want? Not everyone is going to agree with the things you want or the things you do, but you have to just keep doing them anyways. You have to just be yourself and be authentic. You have to have insane faith in yourself. Insane faith that no matter what you want, you can get. Like, the possibilities are endless. You just have to believe it. That's all it takes. All it takes. At the end of the day, the only thing holding you back from the life you dream of is yourself. You can live in fear, hoping things will happen, but obviously they're never going to if you don't believe it. Or you can put yourself out there and start dreaming big and reaching for these goals that other people might think are insane, but in reality they're not. You can literally do anything you want. Anything you want, you can literally do, okay? You just gotta believe in yourself. So yes, hopefully you'll be seeing some more of me. I definitely want to keep up the videos. I still do want to do all of the extra stuff that I was talking about. Eventually, I want to get a cinematic camera because I'm really into just like cinematic videos like that, and I want to make my own background music and all these things, but I gotta take my time getting there, okay? So basically, dream big, believe in yourself, and yeah.